Coming to you from an undisclosed location somewhere deep in the heart of the Santa Monica Mountains, I'm your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. This is another episode of UFO Update. UFOs are real, burgeoning, not going away. I am your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. I've got a very interesting email that came to me, and I will read that to you. But first, a word from our trusted sponsor. Folks, if you're trying to navigate market turbulence, why not set course to the Noble Gold Investments Safe Haven? With global uncertainty looming, your savings and retirement plans are under siege. But there's one asset that stood the test of time, and that, my friends, is gold. Unlock the peace of mind that comes with owning gold, the ultimate safe haven. And if precious metals are new to you, Noble Gold Investments will hold your hand through the whole process. They have a team of experts who will guide you every step of the way to safety. Thousands of investors have sheltered their retirement savings with Noble Gold Investments. Don't leave yourself exposed to the markets right now. It's way too risky. With gold at an all-time high and looking to climb even further, it's the perfect time to invest. Open a Noble Gold Investments IRA and secure your future with a free gold bullion coin. Act now before it's too late. 877-646-5347, 877-646-5347, or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. This will be a short, maybe not so short. It's hard to say how long ago after I read this post that came to me. I think you'll find it interesting, and I'm going to keep the names out here, but let's get into it. LA, I am 74 years old, and my older brother is 84. We grew up in Dayton, Ohio. Back in the 60s, my brother briefly worked at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in a laboratory setting. He told us years later that there was a sealed-off, top-secret area that he was warned never to try to enter into under great penalty and termination. He later learned that there were biologics housed there that had been retrieved from crash sites, UFO crash sites, including biologics from the Roswell site. He was not to speak of it to anyone. He told his family only years later. I'm going to email this person and see if I can get the witness to come on, if he'll come on now, if providing he's still alive. It sounds like he is, and talk about it. So, what's interesting about this in our Roswell film, and shameless plug, but both of these now are available. We are shipping them out. Roswell 1, exoneration, and the debris field. These are this cutting edge stuff, and we actually show the clip from David Grush. David Grush is the whistleblower that appeared before Congress, and Representative Mace is asking Grush, did you retrieve crash? Yes, we retrieved crash. Were there pilots? Were there bodies found in the crash? Yes, we retrieved biologics. Were these biologics human or non-human? And David Grush looks right at the camera and says, non-human. And that is a profound statement, and we get this report from this woman. Now so you've got David Grush, you've got this report from this woman in Dayton, Ohio. I have a third witness that worked at Wright-Pat. And this person was in that area where it was quadrants off. There were guards there, and you could smell formaldehyde. And this person came up to me at a conference and told me that, unsolicited. So can I prove that? No, I can't. As a student of body language, looking at the witness who was telling me about the guards at this one place at Wright-Pat, that's what I believe. Also, you've got Hangar 84. We talk about Hangar 84 right here in these films. We got into Hangar 84. And I'm not going to tell you how we did that. It's really cool, though. The Lord gave us favor. We got into Hangar 84. It's exactly like it was in 1947. It's where the bodies and the wreckage of the craft were kept until it was flown to Wright Pat. All this is in the film. And so we've got multiple witnesses talking about the bodies that were retrieved and flown to Wright Pat. I mean, how many times do we have to hear this? In our film, we have Jim and Carolyn Rankin, who interviewed Colonel Hill, sort of a deathbed confession. Colonel Hill was OSS, the forerunner of the CIA. He's flown to Roswell, New Mexico, right before, within 48 hours after the crash. After the bodies were retrieved and brought back. One of them was deceased, the other one was alive. Hill tried to communicate with it and failed, did not communicate with it. Hill told us on the record that everything, the records of the bodies were flown up to Wright-Patterson Field. Then we've got the telegram that General Ramey is holding in his hand, and we show that once again in the film. And thanks to David Rudiak, they've blown up that telegram, and you can read it. Disc, bodies, Wright Pat, disc. All those words are used in the telegram. If it's a weather balloon, why are we looking at that? Folks, what happened in Roswell set the tone for the hold for ufology for decades. But that's over now. The old guard is gone, and now they're revealing it. But you got to remember this, that those who reveal are all military-industrial complex. They are. Nick Pope was, and he just came out with a whole statement, which I was going to run with, and I might get into it if it gets more legs, but basically saying that decades ago they thought the phenomena had demonic origins to it, and that's why they stopped. They were freaked out. Well, that's exactly what we're dealing with. We are dealing with, and we actually talk about this in number 9 in the film series. What is the truth? And in that film, which we'll release probably in February, even though it's done, we're not going to release it probably to the end of February. But we show that secular researchers look at the UFO phenomena and link it back to the demons of old, to poltergeist activity, to occult initiations. How about that? So David Grush is military. Nick Pope is military. Luis Elizondo is military. David Fravor is military. Chris Mellon is CIA. These are the people who appear on all sorts of media and tell us what is going on, at least on some level, with the phenomenon. Well, we've got 9 films. Actually, there'll be 10 when we're all done. These are the newest films. We are the only Christian organization to have, eventually, by the end, they're done now, but we're not going to release 9 and 10 until probably the end of February. What is the truth? And then number 10 is a bonus DVD. We're the only Christian. I'm not boasting here. I'm just saying that I've been doing this for like over 30 years, researching it. I saw a UFO when I was a kid at 12 years old at Boy Scout camp. Most of you have heard that story, so I won't say it again. But the bottom line is, this phenomenon is real, burgeoning, not going away. We'll have 10 films. Right now, there's 8 in the series, which you can get. Everything from Close Encounters of the First Kind to Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind and Fifth Kind, where people are being abducted. We talk about the cattle mutilations. We talk about crop circles. We talk about the abduction phenomena. We talk about hybrids walking amongst us. It's all there. You want to do a deep dive? LAMarzulli.net, LAMarzulli.net. In my opinion, it's time for our government to come clean. And it's a managed agenda. It's a controlled narrative for the most part. And the American people are not being told the truth. And as Representative Mace stated in one of her last questions to David Grush, can you tell us what contractors, what resources, what government agencies who are disseminating this information? Where is this all? Who knows? And there's no congressional oversight. No congressional oversight. Zippo. So they're being funded by your tax dollars and my tax dollars, okay? And we don't know. We can't get to first base. We can't get to first base. And I already talked about that in another UFO episode where they couldn't even get to an agency or a list of names to contact. Is like a wall of silence, and you can't go through that wall. So when I get whistleblowers like this, I find it very interesting. It ties in to what David Grush was telling us. Folks, once again, we've got the DVDs. They're available. Check it out, lamarzulli.net. Check it out, lamarzulli.net. And you can go to streaming.lamarzulli.net and download all 8 films right now. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember, I will be at Claremont. I'll be speaking this month. Go to our website, lamarzulli.net, for speaking. And at the end of the month, I'll be in Lubbock, Texas, followed by Orlando Prophecy Watchers Conference. So it's already traveling. And I just thank you for your prayers and your support for what we do. Remember, folks, UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. And by the way, several people sent me links. I still can't get the thing to hover. And you go online and, yeah, they place it. They look so easy. I can't make it work. What am I doing wrong? Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you again with another episode on UFOs.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago.
The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucer. As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brizzell was the man who discovered the saucer. Colonel William Blanchard of the Roswell Air Base refuses to give details of what the flying disc looks like.